everyone, Morgie right here again. Today I just wanted to have a little rant and rave video about the Mighty Nein show that is on Amazon Prime. I watched over the holiday break and I really enjoyed it. Now, just a word of warning, as I talk about this show, I may have some spoilers about the show and I may have some spoilers about the campaign the show is based on. So, full warning, just if you're interested in either of those things and you don't want to be spoiled for either of them, just keep that in mind. I need to talk about it. I need to get some things off of my chest because I really enjoyed the show a lot and I just need to talk about it. From Wikipedia, The Mighty Nein is an American adult animated fantasy television series produced by MetaPigeon, Titmouse, and Amazon MGM Studios for Amazon Prime Video. The show is based on Campaign 2 of Critical Role and is set 20 years after the events of the previous Critical Role animated series, The Legend of Vox Machina. Like its predecessor, The Mighty Nein adapts rather than recreates the source material. It's been on Amazon for a little bit. A lot of people have been talking about it in the TTRPG community. A lot of people outside the TTRPG community have been watching it and enjoying it. So this isn't news to anyone that this show seems to be pretty popular and fairly well done. As someone who liked The Legend of Vox Machina, but didn't love The Legend of Vox Machina, there was just some things about it that I wasn't super a fan of. Animation, definitely excellent. Voice acting, excellent. Some of the writing was pretty good too. For me, The Legend of Vox Machina, the stuff I didn't really like was the humor. I find that in the campaign, a lot of sex jokes and, gross out humor. That is funny when it's a bunch of friends joking around in a group setting. But for me, I find it's kind of like low-hanging fruit for a show to constantly refer to that for their humor. There were lots of things in Legend of Vox Machina which was funny and wasn't relying on those things, but I did find that they went to that source fairly frequently. And I wasn't really a fan of that. But Legend of Vox Machina is a very good show. I do recommend it. But I was watching The Mighty Nein, and I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's because it's their second try, or because I just like the characters so much more from the original campaign. Campaign 2 of Critical Role is my favorite. But, it just kind of hit different. It just hit different. I don't know why. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it to the point where I watched the first episode they released on YouTube for free, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And by the second episode, I was hooked. And I made it so that I had a watch along with a group of friends on Discord to show them the show. And, because people were busy, not too many people showed up, but it was just so fun watching it and catching all the little things. Some people who had never seen the campaign, some people who had seen the campaign, and we were catching all the little references. And but you don't need to have seen it to enjoy it. I had a friend watching who had never seen Critical Role Campaign 2, had no idea what was going on. Still enjoyed it, still thought it was great. And yeah, we just had a great time to the point where my friend that I was watching the last couple episodes with had to go, and I had 2 episodes left, and I watched them again. I watched them without her. I told her, I was like, probably gonna watch these, but I'm like, I'll watch them again with you when you're able to, when you're free. I'll watch them again with you because I'm really enjoying this. Yeah, in my opinion, so far, only into season 1. They still have a couple more seasons left to adapt a fairly long campaign, technically a longer campaign than they adapted for Vox Machina. I think it's like 140 something sessions of the campaign for Campaign 2. And they did do, a little bit more traveling around. They didn't have fast travel for a lot of that campaign. So they had a lot of extra filler, I guess, if you want to call it filler. I call it character development moments. So maybe they can find a way to shorten that. I am very curious what plot points they're going to choose and what plot points they're going to rearrange to adapt for the other seasons that they're going to do. Because I've heard they only have 3 seasons that they're going to work with, and Vox Machina is at least getting a 4th. At least. Maybe even a 5th, I'm not sure. But I'm very curious what they're going to pick and choose to focus on. Because so far, they have focused on a lot of the political stuff. They focused on Caleb's backstory a lot. They focused on a little bit of Ford, a little bit of Mollymauk, for reasons, because what they're doing with Mollymauk I'm really finding interesting, because I feel like it's stuff they wanted to do with Molly and they weren't able to do because of a big reason. So they're focusing on him a little bit as well. So it's mainly those 3 characters they're focusing in, while also having character development for the other characters, which is good. They're really giving everybody equal attention as much as they can while also progressing the plot. So I find they're balancing it really well. I know some people have said that the first couple episodes are slow. I don't find them slow myself, because I like that they're kind of slowly having the characters meet each other and join into a group and be kind of hostile towards each other at first. So I'm fine with that. I like adaptations of things as long as they're done well. And I think that they're doing really well with the Mighty Nein. And I think they did do well with Legend of Vox Machina. I just prefer the story of the Mighty Nein and the characters of the Mighty Nein to Vox Machina. And I know that sounds like I hate Vox Machina. I don't. I love Campaign 1 of Critical Role, but Campaign 2, I don't know what... It has the special sauce for me. And this show made me want to rewatch the campaign, and I can't. I don't have time for that anymore. I can't do that again, but it makes me want to. And I've been watching so many clips since I stopped watching the Mighty Nein show. It's just like, they are doing a really good job. Some little things I want to, praise them for. Don't need to levy any praise to Amazon, but for the Critical Role people and Titmouse and Metapigeon, animation, fight scenes, fantastic. Choreography for the fight scenes, fantastic. You can tell what's going on. It's very dynamic. All the characters are getting a chance to contribute to the combats. The writing is really good. They're giving characters all these little scenes with each other that only last for maybe 30 seconds, but make you really understand the relationships between everyone. The voice acting, not that the voice acting was bad in Legend of Vox Machina. These guys are all professional voice actors, but they just seem to meld with their characters really well. I kind of, when I hear voice actors, I kind of have a mental image of the person talking in my head, like the real person talking, if I know who the voice actor is. And frequently I found myself just being like, nope, that's the character. And again, these are all just my things. Like, if you didn't like the Mighty Nein show, I'm not judging you at all. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I don't know. This is just, for me, this has been a great experience. And other things that I've noticed, I love how the character designs have become 3 points of characterization for each character in their character design, and then simplified everything else for the sake of the animation. Like, for Not, you've got her green skin, her long ears with the bandages wrapped around them, her mask, and that's really focused on. And then everything else is kind of simplified for the animators to make it easier. But you've got those 3 things so that she's very recognizable as a character. And like with Ford, you've got the sword, you've got the white streak in his hair, you've got the no tusks. Focus on those 3 things, everything else simplified. And I think it's so good. They did such a good job. The drama's really good. They handle the drama great. The humor, in my opinion, is more along my kind of humor. There is the occasional sex joke, especially with Jester's backstory. I love Jester, the fact that she both knows a whole bunch about that, making innuendos, but also doesn't know anything about it because she's young and she's never experienced anything herself. She's just seen a lot due to the fact of her mom's profession. And So there is sex jokes. There is like, you know, gross out humor. Like for some reason, the Critical Role people, when they make animated shows, someone has to vomit. They have a thing with the vomiting. But I don't know. It just didn't bother me as much as it did in Vox Machina. Music is so good. The music is so good. There I was like, ooh. And again, I noticed this in Legend of Vox Machina too. They had a good score. And the opening theme, they have the Welcome to Wildmount song for the theme. But it's like a really like dark version of it. And I've always loved that song. I used to listen to that song just on my own. I downloaded it. I love that song. So that was a nice little callback because they could have also used Your Turn to Roll. Yeah. I like the show so much, I'm going to show it to my 60-year-old parents. If they don't like it, it's fine. Like if they say, I'm going to give them 3 episodes that they say like, not for us. I'm not going to be sad. Not everything about it is perfect. No show is perfect, in my opinion. I think every show has some flaws and just some things that I probably would have, you know, maybe changed slightly, but nothing major, no major issues. There's some stuff with one of the characters, Yasha, where they kind of showed her, they show her in the opening and they show a lot of what she's doing on the side because she is one of the characters. But I think it would have been maybe a better reveal if they had just had the final scene she was in, without spoiling too much, and then just had the characters react to that with the audience and not sure what's going on. But that's just, again, these are like the super, super nitpicks. I'm just so happy that they're doing a good job with this adaptation. And like I said, if it's not for you and you didn't like it, that's totally fine. Just something about it scratched an itch for me where I was just like totally engrossed. And I'm just so happy personally that for me, at least, they've done such a good job with this series. And you don't have to be a Critical Role fan. I don't think you have to be a TTRPG fan. If you are, you should probably watch it. But if you aren't, I think you'd still enjoy it as long as you were a fantasy fan. That's about all I have to say. If you can, I recommend it. If you don't like it and why you didn't like it, let me know in the comments. And if you like it, tell me why you liked it. I went over 1 million of my reasons why I liked it, but I would love to hear yours. As I said at the beginning, it's on Amazon Prime. There might be other ways for you to watch it. Hint, hint. Because, you know, if you don't want to support Amazon, it's fine. There's other ways you can find to watch it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this me kind of going off on a tangent because I was thinking about what video to make today and I'm like, I really just want to talk about the Mighty Nein show. And I talk about TTRPG stuff on here. It's fine. This is related. I want to talk about something I loved. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you're having a good day. If you're not having a good day, I hope your bad day is over with soon. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.